So, welcome to the first video of a series of videos about driving and cars and traffic and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm here right now with a guest.
Yes.
Well, I'm the guest right now because
Yeah, you're here.
I'm at your place.
Yeah, sure, man. Well, welcome to people that are listening to this series of videos. We are going to be talking about cars. We are going to be talking about how to drive a car and the things that you have to do.
Oh, yes. So, today's topic or today's question is what should learners know before start driving? We have four main topics for today. We have laws, right?
Yes.
We have to practice also. We have to know the machine and also the environment when we are driving. What can you say about this topic?
Yeah, I think that the thing about driving is to be able to I don't know, to be in some place sometime and then move to the next place. So when you are moving from one place to another, you have to know different things. You have to know how to drive or how to get to the other place by driving, and then you know about the environment that you're going to be driving through. You have to know about the laws, as you were saying, is everything in relation to driving, not just thinking of going, but to know how to get there. So that when you have the self confidence, the enough self confidence to do it, you can do it. So to know about driving, to learn about driving, the four points that you said are in between this main point about confidence. Confidence is the main thing. So when you are confident enough to start to learn how to drive, you go to a school or you start learning. So that's why this is all about. You are going to be able to how to drive by listening to this, maybe, or you can maybe reinforce your knowledge about driving listening to us. So keep listening there.
Oh, yes.
There are going to be a lot of topics for you to know and to practice your driving skills.
Oh, yes. So what do people have to know about the driving laws?
Well, about the laws, to start, you have to read this book that has been made from CONACET, the National Transit Corporation, or Corporación Nacional del Tránsito, you know. So that book is called Libro Nuevo Conductor, or New Driver's Book. So you read the book, and there you can find the basic stuff you have to know about laws. Well, for example, Ley Emilia, this ley of
the Emilia law.
The Emilia law, yeah, the Emilia law that not allows you to drink and then drive, and other stuff in relation to the penalty. No, how can I say that? This the cuando lo infracciona. That. So they have to know the regulations to the infractions, the faults they are going to commit when driving, so they not commit it. So they don't drink and drive, they don't do stuff. So in the book there's that thing, the basic stuff. And then if you want to know more, you can download the transit law from the free from the government pages. So
oh, yes. So that book has the information for learners to prepare for a test.
Yeah, they have to test their knowledge within a test, of course.
To get a license.
Yeah, but that is only a part. That is the written part of the test. Because if you miss the test, you can continue to the other part. So you have to pass that test. You have to have 33 points out of 38 minimum to pass.
That would be you can only make 2 or 3 mistakes.
That depends on the points of the questions, because not all the question has the same points. You know? Some questions has only 1 point, and others has 2 or 3, maybe, or even 4 points. So if you miss, I don't know, 2 questions of 3 points, you miss the test, because you only have to miss 5 points.
Oh,
maximum.
I see.
Maximum 5 points. So if you miss 5 questions of 1 point, you can pass, because you have 33 points out of 38. But if you miss 6, you're lost.
Oh yes.
So 5.
So you have to pass that written test and also practice test.
Yeah,
a driving test.
After you pass the test, the written part, you have to do this. That you're saying, that the practice, the practical test. You know, where you have to, I don't know, drive a car, but you can. The car that you choose is the car that they are evaluating on you. So you have to choose a car, and then in that car, the town hall, they make you drive. There is a person that sits in the passenger seat, and he starts to ask you questions about the car. They ask you about the mileage, so you have to know how many kilometers or miles your car has been running, and then he asks about mirrors, but he doesn't, or she doesn't ask you directly. That person just watches you, do the right things, like adjusting the mirrors, 3 of them, the 3 mirrors, and adjusting the seat. Before us adjusting the mirrors, then putting on the seat belt, asking the passenger to put the seat belt, because that is one trick that a lot of these person do to prove if the new drivers are really prepared to drive. And well, then he just asks you to start. Then there is when the test starts, you know. Then you have to go, I don't know, wherever he guides you through the street. So that is the part when they are evaluating you on the driving part, on the skills driving part. On rail.
So overall, in that test, you must show how to handle the machine and how to react to all the different things that happened in the traffic.
In the environment, because when you are in the environment, you have to know that there are laws, stop signs, traffic lights, whatever. They command you to do something or not to do something. So if you know that and know how the lines are drawn in the pavement, in the tarmac, you know, and you can do fine. But also you have to know that the environment, the environment is different, because you have to be very, how can I say that, very observant, very observant to the everything spontaneous that could happen. So if you have to react, you have to be quick enough to react.
So drivers must be aware of everything that is happening around them.
Yeah, and that sometimes that doesn't fit with the things that are said in the book, because sometimes streets are gonna be closed. You have to go through a traffic light when it's in red, when a policeman orders you to do. and you have to adjust your speed and wherever. So you have to be aware of the environment, and that it's only possible to do all of that things. Coordinate your arms and legs to drive some machine through an environment that could be rough, and then also putting attention to the laws and putting attention to everything else that is around you. So that is when but to do that you need confidence, because there's a lot of things. It's like I don't know, playing the drums or something like that.
Uh-huh.
It's like similar to that.
You have to get used to it.
And that's why practice is the most important thing. If you get more practice, you get better sooner.
Oh yes,
So
yes.
the
It
frequency.
also involves like knowing new movements, like how to step on the pedals. The strength that you put on the pedals also.
Yeah, yes.
Yes. Oh yes. So as you said, confidence is one of the important aspects, right? And that would be developed in the next series
Yeah,
of
sure.
videos.
Yeah, sure. We are going to be talking about all these things we're saying: the laws, the machine, the environment, how practice will help you to get all of the things you need to drive, and do it with confidence, with the confidence you need. So that is what we are talking about here. We are dealing with that here. So welcome to this.
Oh yes, oh yes. Well, Pedro, thank you very much for all the advices, all the knowledge that people that is learning how to drive need to know. And well, see you in the next video, in the next podcast.
Thank you, Gabriel, for having me here. And yeah, keep on track on us. So thanks again, and we are going to speak again soon, man.
Very,
Goodbye.
very good.
Thank you.
Until the next time.
Till the next time, man.